Hello students, how are you? Students, you are most welcome in this next video. This is the video series of chapter number 2, biological classification. So students, this is the ending video or this is the ending part of this series. In this video, we will discuss about the kingdom Plantae, Animalia, virus, viroid and lichen. Okay. In earlier videos, we have discussed about the kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi. If you didn't watch these videos, you can go to the playlist and can watch from there. Okay. So here let's start about the kingdom Plantae. Do you know the kingdom Plantae? It is the part of the 5 kingdom classification given by R. H. Whitaker. So R. H. Whitaker classified the plant on the basis of presence of chlorophyll and mode of nutrition and cell wall, cellular organization. Okay. So these bases are the base of classification of kingdom Plantae. Okay. So we will again study about the kingdom Plantae or plant kingdom. This is the next chapter of your syllabus. So we will discuss in detail. So here I will tell you little bit about the kingdom Plantae. You know, plants are the multicellular structure and their cell wall is made up of cellulose. And the mode of nutrition is autotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, photosynthetic nutrition is found. Okay. But here we will discuss 2 more points about the kingdom Plantae. What they are? First is, you know, the plants like Venus flytrap, Nepenthes and Drosera. These are the plant. These are also known as the insectivorous plant. Do you know, students? Have you ever heard about these plants? These plants are insectivorous plants or they can eat the insect. So if I will tell you or I will remind you one plant, this is known as what? This is the plant, this is known as Nepenthes. So Nepenthes is the plant. Okay. So here it is also common name of this plant is known as pitcher plant. Why? The leaf of this plant forms the pitcher like structure. This is the pitcher plant or the pitcher of leaf. So any insect come toward this pitcher because some chemicals or some attractive substances are secreted here. All the insects are attracted toward this substance and just any insect go inside this pitcher, this lid which is made up of leaf, this lid is closed. Now insect is closed inside this pitcher. And after its death and decomposition, these plants get nitrogenous substances from its body by this stalk. Got it? So here, do you know these plant category? These plants are autotrophic in nature or heterotrophic in nature. So I want to clear it. So don't be confused. Plants are autotrophic, but only they are fulfilling their requirement of nitrogen. Got it, friends? So plants, they are growing in the habitat. In this habitat, the nitrogen is less. That is why to fulfill the requirement of nitrogen, they eat insect. But their main food making process is photosynthesis. So these plants are photosynthetic in nature, but this is the additional process in this plant. So these plant also will placed where? In kingdom Plantae. Got it? So this is the confusion that I think it is clear now. Got it? So here again now we will discuss about the kingdom Animalia. This is also another chapter, the animal kingdom we will discuss in detail, but little bit I want to tell you about the kingdom Animalia. So what is it? You know, all the animals, they may unicellular or multicellular, but unicellular animals are placed at where? In kingdom Protista. But here we will discuss only multicellular animals. So multicellular animals are multicellular, but there is no cell wall because the outermost covering is cell membrane. Okay. So the outermost covering is cell membrane and the mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. And which part of heterotrophic nutrition is found? Only holozoic nutrition. Okay, got it? Because they take their food inside their body, in their stomach, and they process the food. That is why this is process known as holozoic nutrition. So in these animals, in most of the animals, the holozoic process is found. Got it? So here labor of division of labor is found also. Division of labor in the body, different part of body perform the different function. That is why the division of labor occurs in animals. Got it? So here students, just we have discussed little bit about these two kingdoms, but now we will discuss about the virus. This is the main topic in today's video. So virus, let's discuss virus. What does it mean? Virus is the term derived from the venom. Venom. What is mean? Venom means poison. Poison. Okay. So what does it mean? Poison. So virus, the name virus, it was given by, named by which scientist? One scientist, he is Ivanovsky. Ivanovsky was the scientist who firstly named this venom. What? Virus. Okay. So this virus name was given by the Ivanovsky. Ivanovsky was very popular scientist, but the discovery of virus, this credit goes to the next scientist. Who is it? Beijerinck. Beijerinck is the scientist. He firstly found that the smallest organism than bacteria is also found in surrounding in environment. Okay. So Beijerinck discovered the virus. Which virus he discovered? The TMB. What is it? Tobacco mosaic virus. Okay. So tobacco mosaic virus, T for tobacco, M for mosaic, B for virus. Tobacco mosaic virus is discovered in which plant? This is the plant virus. In which plant? Tobacco plant. So tobacco plant. So it was discovered in tobacco plant because it causes the disease tobacco mosaic disease in the leaf of the plant. Okay. Earlier it was known that any of the disease is caused by the bacteria, but Beijerinck found that this disease plant of tobacco, this is the disease in the leaf of tobacco. So he took the leaves of this plant and extract the fluid. Okay. Suppose this is the plant or this is the leaf, at where these are the spots on the leaf of tobacco plant. So due to the presence of these spots, it is known as the tobacco mosaic disease. Mosaic means spot. Tobacco means in tobacco plant in the part of leaf. Okay. So mosaic are found on the leaf of tobacco. That is why this disease is known as the tobacco mosaic disease. So this leaves is used to extract the fluid. So extracted fluid. This was earlier known that this disease is caused by the bacteria, but Beijerinck extracted this fluid and filtered it by bacteria proof filter. Bacteria proof filter. Okay. So bacteria proof filter is used in this filtration. So all the bacteria are separated from this fluid. Now this fluid is filtered fluid is applied on the healthy plant of tobacco, on the healthy plant of tobacco. Okay. So now healthy plant of tobacco, it becomes diseased plant. What it becomes diseased plant because this fluid contains the living organism or disease causing organism which are smaller than the bacteria, because bacteria are filtered now. So it is clear that any living organism which is smaller than bacteria can cause the disease. After it was discovered that was the virus. Got it? So here this fluid by Beijerinck, this named that Contagium vivum fluidum. What is it? This is the Greek language. In Greek language, he said this fluid is Contagium vivum fluidum. What does it mean? It means this is the infectious or disease causing, infectious living fluid, because living organism which cause the disease are present in this fluid. That is why it is the Contagium vivum fluidum. Got it? Next scientist in the history of the virus, this is W.M. Stanley. W.M. Stanley. He make the crystal of this virus. You know, the viruses can be formed as a crystal, or viruses can be crystallized. So crystallization of virus. Who did this? W.M. Stanley. Got it? So this is about the history of the virus. Now we will discuss about the what? We will discuss about the virus. So virus is nucleoprotein. Nucleoprotein. What does it mean? This is the term. It is made up of two words, nucleo and protein. Means nucleo is derived from the nucleic acid, and protein, you know, protein. So means it is made up of by two components. This is nucleic acid and protein. What is nucleic acid? Nucleic acid are of two type, DNA or RNA. Okay, but in virus either DNA is found or RNA is found. Both are not present at same time. Got it? So this is the point in virus. In the case of virus, in plant viruses only RNA is found. Only RNA is present in the plant virus. But in animal virus, either RNA or DNA is found. Got it? In plant viruses, RNA is single stranded, but in the cases of animal, RNA may be double stranded as DNA. Got it? So this is virus. In virus, nucleic acid, which type of nucleic acid present we have discussed now, but protein makes the covering of virus. This covering is known as capsid. Students, this is the term, very important term. Capsid is the outermost covering of the virus. So inside the genetic material or nucleic acid, DNA or RNA are found. Okay. So this capsid is made up of several units. The unit of capsid is known as capsomere. Capsomere is the unit of capsid. Got it? So here number of the capsomeres form one capsid of virus. Virus is also known as the connecting link between the living and non-living. Connecting link between living and non-living. Why is it called so? Because virus, when it is in contact of living cell, it is living, but after detaching from the living cells, it is just like the dust particle in surrounding. It is dead particle. Okay, so that is why it is known as the connecting link between the living and non-living. Got it? So students, let's discuss the structure of TMB virus, which is discovered by or which is used in the tobacco mosaic disease to study. Let's discuss in detail. So here students, you know how tobacco mosaic virus looks like. Let's discuss. Tobacco mosaic virus is the cylindrical virus or rod shaped virus which is made of several capsomeres. So here I am drawing the structure. So students, you are looking what I am drawing. This is not the bunch of grapes. You know, this is not the bunch of grapes. This is the capsid of virus. Okay. So here, this is the spiral RNA of this virus. This is the capsid. So whole covering of virus is capsid, and one unit of capsid is capsomere. So this is the capsomere. This is RNA. Which RNA? Single stranded. Got it? So this is the single stranded RNA. Student, do you know in this capsomere, in this capsid, inside the capsid a canal is found because it is hollow inside, in which this RNA is situated. Got it? So this is the structure of TMB virus. So this is TMB virus. Got it? So it is the virus, some viruses which are infectious to the bacteria, or they can cause the disease inside the bacteria. Virus engulfs the bacteria, or virus causes the disease inside the bacteria, which is also the disease causing agent. So students, these viruses are known as the bacteriophage. Okay, bacteriophage. So bacteriophage are the viruses which affect the bacteria or which engulf the bacteria. That is why this is the bacteriophage. It is named it. Okay. So let's discuss the structure of bacteriophage. Here, how it looks like. Let's discuss. Students, do you know bacteriophage? It is the hexagonal capsid of what? Hexagonal capsid of this virus. So here you are looking inside this virus. This is DNA. This is DNA is found. So genetic material of the bacteriophage is, or nucleic acid of the bacteriophage is DNA. This is capsid. Here this is collar. This is end plate, and these are tail fibers. So these are tail fibers. So this looks like this one. Okay, this collar, this is neck, this is collar. It is hollow inside it. So by which this genetic material can be moved from its head to tail after attachment of bacteria, attachment with bacteria. Okay. So here this is the bacteriophage. Now let's discuss about the viroid. So what is viroid? Viroid is the other smaller infectious agent is smaller than virus. You know, bacteria is smaller. Some bacteria we cannot be seen by our naked eyes. So virus is smaller than bacteria, but this viroid is also smaller than this one virus. So viroid, it is the naked genetic material, naked RNA. Okay. So naked RNA, this is naked RNA which causes the disease. Which type of disease is caused? Potato spindle, or spindle disease in potato, spindle potato disease. Spindle potato disease. How this disease occur in that one potato? In potato, this virus can affect the shape of potato. So you know, generally potato looks like this one, but here this potato becomes like this. This is spindle because thicker in middle and narrow at the corner. So this is the spindle potato disease. So this is caused by viroid. Viroid was discovered by T.O. Diener. So T.O. Diener was the scientist who firstly found that viroid can cause the disease in potato. Okay. So this is about the viroid, means the genetic material of the virus or bacteria, means genetic material without protein can be infectious or can cause the disease. Got it? So here it is about the bio. Dear students, let's discuss about the lichen. What is lichen? Lichen is the symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship among what? Between fungi and algae. Fungi and algae. Got it? So here fungi and algae, this makes the relationship symbiotic relationship, and this common structure of both is known as the lichen. That's why we can write fungi plus algae is equal to lichen. Okay. So here the fungal portion in lichen, it is known as the mycobiont. Okay. Now the algal portion of the lichen, it is known as phycobiont. Dear students, do you know these are the very important question which many times were asked in your exam. What is mycobiont? What is phycobiont? And what is the role of mycobiont in lichen? What is the role of phycobiont in lichen? Got it? And sometimes it is asked in the multiple choice question also. Got it? So here let's discuss mycobiont. What is the role of mycobiont in lichen? Mycobiont, it can absorb the water and mineral from the soil or in surrounding. So here water plus mineral and habitat, it is provided to phycobiont. Means fungi provides water and mineral and also habitat to the phycobiont, means algal portion. So here suppose you have ever seen this is the wooden log. So in the wooden log, if it is put inside the moisture condition, so here some patches are grown on this wooden log. So here you are looking like this one. So these patches are known as lichen. Okay. So first fungus will grow, the mycelium of fungus is formed. So fungus can store the water and minerals. Fungus can store the moisture. So here moisture is available and algae can grow in moist condition. So that is why all the favorable condition for the algae. So some spores can be germinate at here. So spores comes here and germinate, algae is found. So algae provide what? Algae perform the photosynthesis, so it's provide the food. Because algae is the photosynthetic in nature, that is why it perform the photosynthesis. This food is transferred in lieu of this one, water plus mineral and habitat by algae. Okay. So in lieu of these component, algae provide food for the fungi. Got it? So here this is the about lichen. So lichen is natural pollution indicator. So students, do you know lichen is natural pollution indicator? Natural pollution indicator. This is most important question. Natural pollution indicator. How it works? This is the patches. These are the patches on wooden log. So on the stem of plants or the trunk of trees, lichens can grow. So suppose atmosphere is polluted, then these patches on the stem of plants or trunk of trees becomes dark in color. That is why it is the indication of pollution, means pollution in the surrounding is more. If this lichen patches on the trunk of tree is lightish in color, white or light in color, then it means in surrounding there is no pollution or less pollution. So this is the natural pollution indicator in free of cost by the nature. Got it? So here students, have you ever heard about the litmus paper, and also you have experimented in the chemistry lab that litmus paper is the indicator in laboratory. Which type of indicator? It indicates acid and bases in a solution. So acid and base indicator it is known as. So you know this acid or base indicator litmus, it is formed by the lichen. You know the extract of the lichen, it is the solution. So it is the solution which is extract of lichen, in which paper strips are dipped and the content of this lichen, it is present or existence on this paper. So the paper strips you have seen, and that was litmus paper. So lichen extract is found on that paper. So that is why it indicates the what acid and base. Blue and red litmus paper you have studied. So students, this is all about the lichen. So here we are finishing the video. This is the ending portion. Students, keep preparing your notes and also deep study the points, because in NEET and AIIMS exam, if you go through only thoroughly you will study the NCERT, it is not sufficient for your exam preparation or competitive exam preparation. That is why you should study deep inside the content and you will be able to answer any type of question. Okay. So if you any question, any query, if you have, then you can comment in comment box, and also you can comment me or message me on WhatsApp number. So students, share this video among your friends and also subscribe. Thank you.